All right, going live in three, two, one. This is episode number 6 of No Limits with Amanda. Amanda, how are you doing today, Amanda?
I'm actually doing really well. I had a very exciting week. It's been busy. I can't believe it's already Thursday. It comes around so quickly. But yeah, I was telling you before that I had a few surprises for my birthday. My husband winds up throwing me a surprise birthday party, and I was completely thrown. I had no idea. So everybody was really excited that they got me. They got me good.
I don't think everyone's ever thrown me a surprise birthday party. How does that feel? I'm just kind of curious. Is you,
So I was still shocked like days later. I feel
wow.
like I'm finally coming back down from the excitement now because now it's actually going to be his birthday this weekend. So like now we're switching focus to him, but it was like overwhelming to walk in and see everybody there and to be completely shocked. Like I had no idea. It was overwhelming and I was actually shaking for a little while. It took me a little bit of time to like get to like come down from the adrenaline rush.
Oh my goodness. Really? Wow. That's interesting. Wow.
Yeah, and then I felt like going through the party felt like it went by so fast, and like I just felt like I didn't get enough time to talk to everybody. So
Did you, sorry, my voice is, I've been lacking sleep. So occasionally my voice will get a little hoarse there. So forgive me ahead of time here. But as far as the surprise factor, I mean, did they say like on TV where they go where everyone just like everything was dark and they yelled out surprise?
so no, everything wasn't dark. We were going up to a venue actually. He had it at a rooftop, a beautiful location, a rooftop bar where actually we ended up getting married at the venue. It was at a hotel on Staten Island.
Oh,
So the elevator goes up to the rooftop and the elevator's open and you're right on the main, like on that main floor. So there was no way the lights could have been off because it's all glass doors so that part of the party's outside and parts inside. So because of that, it was a daytime party, so the lights weren't off
oh, okay.
or anything. So the lights came, like the sunlight basically came in from outside. But all of a sudden I felt like I just saw a swarm of people coming towards me in the elevator. Like I was shocked and I was still standing in the elevator.
It-
I
it-
feel like Chris, who's my husband, I feel like he had to kind of push me out of the elevator. I don't remember how I got out.
So did you what I this is it's very interesting. Like I said, I've never experienced anything like that. I see it on TV all the time. So do you see this rush of people? Did you recognize them immediately, or was it like were you like, well, what's going on? And then like okay, you just kind of realized as it progressed, or how did that work?
Yeah, so like that first few moments when I saw people, I just saw people. So like I couldn't separate any faces immediately. And then once I finally did start separating faces, I saw, oh, my mother-in-law is here. Oh, my neighbor is here. And then I saw friends of friends that were there and I couldn't there were so many people. I was like, "What?" I was like freaking out. I had like the biggest smile on my face. It was it was nuts.
It's fun. I assume there's not going to be a surprise party for the husband then.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah. It'd be kind of hard to do that since they're so close, I guess.
Yeah, and then I feel like it would seem like I was, like, just doing the same thing that he did for me and, like, biting off of him, so
The,
maybe next year.
it sounds, I mean, it sounds like you had a good time, I assume.
Mhm. Yeah, it was incredible. He invited so many people. I don't know how he did it during a pandemic. There were, like, 75 people at this party during a pandemic. I couldn't believe it, but it all worked out.
I was having a discussion. You talked about the pandemic with someone who's also in New York, and it really is going. It is everyone is still basically really concerned about it. Is that right? I'm not saying they shouldn't be, but the reason I bring this up is because she was saying, yeah, it's very taken very seriously because in Virginia and Maryland, I've been and across the area, nobody seems that concerned anymore. It's like oh, it's old news now. Um,
Yeah, I feel like it's it's starting to get back to normal here, but there actually have been mandates. So the teachers have been mandated to get vaccinated as well as healthcare workers in New York.
Mm,
So there's been a lot of pushback with that, which is actually something I was thinking maybe I should bring it up to you because I know you were very interested in it. But right now there's a mandate and there people are losing their jobs because they don't want the vaccination.
right, right. Is that I think is that the one said was going to start September the 15th or something? Is that the
Yes. So initially it was September the 15th and then they kept pushing it back and they pushed it back and pushed it back and then the mandate didn't become effective until this past Monday.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's I find it so interesting. The person I had the conversation with is she was I forget, she's gonna hate me because I forget her name because I just brought her on for the first time. But she's in the Hudson Valley area, and I made the comment that maybe it's because I live in a rural area and maybe it's like an urban thing, and she said no, she's in a rural area as well. So I was driving all over. I drove all the way 75 miles, and everywhere I stopped, everyone's like, "Nope, no big deal." No, no, it's like you wouldn't even think there's a pandemic going on. Maryland and Virginia. So I find it so interesting how different things are in just different parts of the country. And where I'm talking the DC metropolitan area, not like out in the rural area like where I live. I mean, I was actually in Annapolis, which is the capital of Maryland. So and it was I find it very interesting how that works out.
Yeah, I feel like it has a lot to do with the media too, unfortunately. And I feel like there's a lot of fear being pushed out through the news. I mean, and that's like a personal statement, like that's how I feel. I feel like for a while I was watching the news every day when this first started. And then the less I watched the news, the better I felt.
Ah, I got you, got you. I used to work at a news station when the September 11th attacks hit. Um, they went 24/7 news about the attacks and no commercials for, like, I don't know how long. It was a couple of months. So, and I'm surprised they were able to stay afloat. They did have to make some layoffs eventually because they were just running without any revenue. But, yeah, that was, I've not been paying attention to that part of the news. I think I told you I kind of avoid that nowadays. So maybe that's why. Are you paying attention to it now? What's going on now with the mainstream news?
I'm actually not paying attention to it, but
Oh, oh, gotcha.
but I get like drips and drabs of it from other people.
Ah,
So my mother-in-law told me, I don't know if it was somebody famous who said this, that stop watching the news and never worry because whatever's important will always come to you. It's like I do get information from other people. So but but it's been so upsetting to watch the news and it's so fearful that I'm tired of living in that fear. I don't want to live that way anymore in that panic
mhm,
state all the time. So I decided to just take a break and I feel so much better.
hmm. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, sounds like a good idea because I'm not trying to belittle anything that you're saying, but I haven't lived in fear during this whole thing. The only fear I had was that, well, I did live in fear that maybe that was going to affect my business, but it did. At first, for the first 2 months, it did, but after that, it kind of bounced back really quickly. So, and I'm not I have not been paying attention to most mainstream things. So maybe that's a good advice for a lot of people, I guess. So
Absolutely. Take a break.
but yeah. Well, anyway, I didn't. I guess we should. I don't want to drag your birthday into something like this. I hope that's not a doesn't bring anything down for you. So yeah.
Oh, it's fine. No, there's so much going on. There's so many and I feel like right now it's such a polarizing time too, where there's all the good with the bad, so it's just it's an interesting time to be
Mhm.
to be living. I just saw a post recently too on social media that said, "Can you believe it's been 2 years since the pandemic started?" And
Oh,
like,
uh, that's. I guess it was. Was it October 2019? I guess it was. Okay.
well, no, was it? It was 2020, but I guess it's been almost 2 years.
I'm sorry. When it was first announced in China, I think wasn't it 20? Was
Yes, it was first you're right. It was first announced in China in October or November, right?
yeah, yeah, late part
Mhm.
of 2019. Yeah, that I
Yeah,
remember it because nobody was taking it seriously at all at that point, or at least here anyway. They were, of course, but not here. I mean, so
right. No, here was a big joke then, I feel like.
mhm. Yeah, and
Mhm.
yeah, then it is slowly, yeah. So, um, yeah, that's interesting. It's a funny part for me is everyone said 2020 was a lot of people, not everyone, a lot of people said it was a bad year. For me, it was like it was actually a great year because everything seemed to bounce back on my business. I was having problems from in 2017 and 2018 and 2019 and 2020 just really rebounded back for me. So it was the exact opposite for me. I was like, oh, I, everyone's saying, "Oh my goodness, it was so bad." It's like, no, it was okay for me. I'm sorry you guys had a bad year, but I was doing pretty good. So
That's incredible. Do you know why? Do you think it had to do with the pandemic, or do you think it had to do with something else?
I think it's because radio just never stopped. Is
Mhm.
nobody most of the radio stations I deal with just basically were just nonstop. They just there was nothing. The advertising dropped a little bit, but it just kept on coming in. I had this list. I had this thing going on in my head. I said if I had a week with no sponsors, that things would go bad. And every week I had at least one sponsor, sometimes more, and it just kept on getting more and more. And even the past 6 months has been tremendous. The sponsors have gone like through the roof almost. For compared to what it was like the year before. And it's like I'm glad it's that's the only thing I can say is it's because people listen to the radio. Maybe it's I get well not as many people as in the past, but maybe more people are listening to the radio and that helped. I guess maybe.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Maybe too, because more people are working. I'm trying to think, is it because more people are working from home? More people are trying to connect that way? I don't know, but I'm really happy to hear that everything picked up for you.
Yeah, and I like I said, I'm not trying to belittle anyone who had a bad year. I really am not. I just find it interesting that when people say things about 2020, it seems like always like the exact opposite for me for some reason. Oh, so and I hope everyone who's having hard times, everything balances back, bounces back for you. I really do. So I don't want to see anyone suffer. That's the last thing I want to, that's not, not
Mhm,
even the last thing. I don't even want to see it at all. I don't want to see anybody suffer because of that. So.
mhm,
So
definitely.
now let's see. I got our question from 2 weeks ago. Let me bring this up here. Here we go. So, is there a popular television show that you started to enjoy after the show began? And name the show. Leave a comment. And we got 77% with yes. Oh, by the way, 1 point, I'm sorry, 1,600 votes was the total votes so far. Let's see. Next down, we have 9% with I don't watch TV, a tie with no and I don't care, and 4% with I prefer movies. I think. What was the percentage before? I don't remember. I believe it was probably the same. So I'm going to scroll through here. Let me bring up I'll go ahead and do the most recent first. Invaders Zim. Is that a TV show? I'm not sure.
I don't know, I'm not familiar with that.
Hmm. The Wire and The Sopranos. Okay. I've heard of them. I've never seen them though.
You
You
never saw The Sopranos, Zoom?
No, I've never seen it. Is it good?
Wow, I actually watched it years ago when it was first on, and then Chris and I decided to rewatch it last year. It's so good.
Hmm. Is the is that the is it a mafia type thing or what is that? Is it
Yes, so James Gandolfini plays the head of the mafia, the head of the family. Mhm.
okay? And as far it sounds like you really like it. Would this be a high recommendation or is this like a casual recommendation? Like if you have time, if a scale of say 1 to 10, 10 being the most recommended and one being the least, what would you rate this as?
I love this show, but I think it really depends, and I think I probably loved it because they make a lot of references to New York and to New Jersey because they live in New Jersey, so I mean, I would highly recommend it, like 9.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I
interesting.
really enjoyed it. Mhm.
There was a TV show called Spencer for Hire. Do you remember that show?
Okay, so I remember my mom talking about that show, but I don't think I ever watched it.
Okay, the reason I bring it up, there was another show that there was a spinoff called A Man Called Hawk, um, and Hawk, I can't remember the actor who played it. He's really good, but anyway, A Man Called Hawk was actually filmed in the Washington D.C. area, and I've lived in the D.C. area, mostly Virginia, my entire life, so it was that made me want to watch it, but periodically we would actually see like filming in and around the area. So it's kind of interesting to see that. Do you see filming? I mean, there's a lot of filming going on in New York. Do you see any of that?
Yeah, I've seen it a lot more when I worked in the city, but because I'm not in the city as much anymore, I don't really see it as much.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think. Did see filming. Oh, okay. So I actually co-hosted the are you familiar with the San Gennaro feast in Little Italy in Manhattan?
No, no.
Okay, so it's a very popular in Manhattan. It's a very popular Italian festival that they do. They shut down a few blocks and they for like I think it's six days. They have the feast up and there's food vendors and there's contests and there's musicians. It's very fun. And they do a cannoli eating contest and a zeppoli eating contest. They do
Hmm.
a pizza eating contest and a meatball eating contest.
Is there any throwing up? I'm just curious.
I mean, not that I've witnessed, but this year I actually co-hosted both the cannoli eating contest and the zeppoli eating contest.
I say throw because I assume that's basically how much you can stuff into your belly. That's why I wasn't sure. What is the contest? Is that what the goal is?
Yeah, the goal is to eat as many cannolis as you can in 4 minutes.
Oh, okay, okay. I when I was younger, I might have been able to do that. I don't think I could do that nowadays. My system will just probably reject it pretty quickly. So
Yeah, I can't even look at a cannoli, so forget it. I watched other people gorge themselves on it.
let's see. We got Power, my favorite hit TV series of all time ever. Power. And then the second one says The Power. Is that I assume the same show? Do you know what that is?
Power, I think it's I don't know. I think it's a cable show, but I'm not familiar. I don't know.
Hmm. Okay. Next one I can't read. I don't know what that says. Sorry. I like watching Big Boss Show because of my inspiration, Salam Khan, Salam Salman Khan. Oh, is that is that an actor? Is that an actor or is that a person in the show? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think maybe I should look it up. Let's see.
The next one down is The Simpsons. Now The Simpsons I find interesting. I watch videos periodically of people talking about The Simpsons, and I find it interesting because people say they don't ever remember a time when The Simpsons ever existed, and I guess because they're young, obviously they're younger than me because I clearly remember when The Simpsons did not exist, and the is that would that be the same for you too? I'm just curious.
I'm sorry, I'm being rude. I'm looking up Salman Khan right now. What'd you say about The Simpsons? You said-
What I was saying is, I've seen videos on YouTube where people talk about The Simpsons, and they say they don't ever remember a time when The Simpsons did not exist, meaning that it's been around since before they were born or when they were very young. And for me, it's like I clearly remember when there was a time when The Simpsons did not exist. What would be the case for you?
Yeah, I do recall but I was young when it first started, but I do recall a time when The Simpsons was not on the
Okay.
air. Mhm.
Okay, because I find it funny because I'm like thinking, am I that old or are these people just that young? So when I hear that statement, it's also the same with Star Wars too, because there are people who say nobody remembers a time when Star Wars didn't exist, but it's like, well, I do because I was very young. I do remember that Star Wars before Star Wars actually came out, there was a world. So uh, Power, another show for Power, another comment for Power. We should look that one up. I started to watch the fifth season and believe it's one of my favorite series, and I'm excited to see all the what's that say expansions that they're doing with it. Hmm.
Okay, so Powers, it's on Stars. It's a drama. What's it? It's about James Ghost St. Patrick, who has it all: a drop dead gorgeous wife, a stunning Manhattan penthouse, and the power and success that come with owning a hot new nightclub called Truth.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
but a closer look reveals a man living a double life.
Hmm.
When he's not tending to his Fortune 500 business, he's catering to clients of another operation, a drug empire that serves only the rich and influential. Interesting.
Hmm. So the neither you or I had heard of it though. So that's I would that are we just out that far out of the loop on that in this show? I guess
Yeah, I
because
guess so.
I'm wondering how popular the show actually is. So uh, I'm not sure what this says. Sorry, at Sony's SAB channel. Sorry, don't know what that means. Uh, it's always sunny in Philadelphia. Seriously, that show is such a crackhead. It first came out in 2005. I started watching it 2 years ago, and I couldn't stop loving it. Looking forward to its 15th season. Sunny in Philadelphia. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, because I think Danny DeVito was on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's a comedy. People think it's hilarious.
Huh. Is it popular? You have to forgive my ignorance on that one.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I believe it is very popular. Yeah, I don't watch it either,
Oh,
but I know that Danny DeVito was on it.
I'll skip this one right here. Let's go back there. The Wire, The Walking Dead. I've heard of this. Have you watched The Walking Dead? I hear people talk about that periodically.
Yeah, so I used to be obsessed with it in the beginning, and then I this characters that were dying off, it was just too much. I think I stopped like season 5 or 6. I was over it.
And that's basically like is it a generic zombie type situation, or is it done much better? I mean, well, you said you stopped watching it, but how would you describe that?
Yeah, it was good. It was definitely different in the beginning, but it is a zombie, but it's like there were only this certain group of people that were trying to survive, and they were looking for other survivors, and they would connect with each other. So yeah, it was good, and the characters were really great. I loved the way that they built the stories around the characters, but then I don't know, it just got to be too much at the end.
Hmm. Have I ever told you my problem with modern day zombie movies? I'm not sure if we've talked about this before.
No,
Uh,
I don't think so.
Zombies. I'm only asking because I don't want to be repeating myself. The um, the zombie movies of today uh, uh, carry on the old idea of zombie movies from the past, which were different. When zombie movies came out and started in the 1960s, zombies were just dead corpses. They were reanimated corpses that were not alive. So it was okay to kill them without any recourse, without any emotion, because there's nothing. You weren't really killing them because they're already dead. The problem I have with modern day zombie movies is they've done away with that idea. They're no longer dead. They're just basically diseased or mutated from other form, and they're still the people that they are. They're just mutated and sick and dying or have some sort of disease, but they still carry on the idea that it's okay to kill them because they're not uh, uh, because they're not who they were before. But almost under the idea that you're killing a lifeless corpse, which they're not doing. So they're carrying on the old trope that they're lifeless corpses. It's okay to kill them, but these people are alive and they're killing them. And every time I watch one of these modern zombie movies, I'm saying, yeah, they killed them. I'm going, wait a minute, that's maybe someone you know. Don't you care about them? And I don't know if The Walking Dead was like that, but every time a lot of times I see other zombie movies, I'm like, they just killed them without any care at all. It's like I've never heard anyone else react like that. It seems like I'm the only one.
Yeah, no, I feel that because so in the show, when if one of them gets bit by a zombie or they get hit by a zombie, they turn into one. And then they show like the struggle of people to kill them.
Oh, do they? Oh, they do go through that? Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
they
Okay.
showed the struggle. So you might actually maybe try an episode or 2. You might find it interesting.
Okay. Okay. Because I've watched another zombie type story was it was a video game, came out in 2013. I didn't play it, but I watched the walkthrough. Oh, the way we were, I think it was. Oh, I can't remember. It was very popular. Anyway, in that game, it carried on that standard trope where whenever the people became diseased and became a zombie-like creature, it was okay to kill them without any remorse. It was like, okay, just they're dead, they're a zombie, we can kill them now. And it was like,
Mhm.
and that stuff just bugs me. It's like, and it's interesting to see there is actually a zombie type show that actually deals with that in a better way because I don't understand that concept. So
Yeah, I agree with you.
let's see. Oh wait, I didn't read The Walking Dead didn't get into the show until the season uh came out after until season something
I think it's 9. No?
season. I can't read what that word
Yeah,
says.
9 till season 9 came out.
Also season 9 came, okay. And after that, I watched almost every season in bits and pieces of them. Oh, okay. Interesting. I watched a show called a really nerdy, geeky show. Really neat. If you, I'm almost embarrassed to say I watched it. Was Stargate SG-1, um, and I did that and watched it in the same manner. It was just I would have the TV on in the back. I don't watch television anymore. But back in the about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I still had TV on, and I'd have it on in the background, and I would just leave it on. And the show Stargate SG-1 would come on, and I would just leave it on, and it got to a point where I was just like, oh, it's back on. And there were so many episodes. Eventually, I watched bits and pieces until I finally caught up and watched the whole show. Um, and it was interesting the way I watched it because I watched episodes. I had no idea what was going on because I'd never watched. You have to watch. Sometimes you have to watch the earlier episodes, but it was still. I was able to piece it all together eventually and got caught up after watching it just and I wasn't even paying it that much attention. I was just sitting there with it on in the background, usually doing work, and I would just glance up and listen to it, and eventually just caught up to it. So, but it took a while because there's so many seasons.
It sounds like you really enjoyed it though.
Yeah, it was okay. It's
Yeah.
I guess I hate admitting to it because it's definitely a nerdy, very geeky type show. So, let's see, Augie, not sure what that is. Uh, the Walking Dead, The Last Man on Earth. The Last Man on Earth. That sounds very familiar. It sounds like a movie title. Is that? Do you know what that is?
No, I don't know. I could look it up though. I would have to look it up. I don't know.
Yeah,
The last number.
sounds very familiar. Why am I?
No, it actually there's a movie and a show.
When did the movie come out?
Let's see.
Oh,
Let me
so by the way, didn't interrupt you. Sandeep Mohan came on and said hello to everybody. Hey, what's up, bro? So, and we got other people coming on too. Devon said hello, and Wadi says sup. So, hello, everybody.
Oh wow. Hi everybody. I want to say hi too. Oh, Kiara says they love me. I love you guys. I love you too. That's so sweet. You just made my whole night.
There you go.
Thank you. You made my day. I love you too. The Last Man on Earth, 1964.
1964. Okay. Okay. All right. I may have seen it. I may not. It's a very, the title just sounds very familiar for some reason. All right. Cartoon and show is different, right? If so, I don't have any favorite shows. Let's see. Yes, the Golden Girls. That's interesting. Sanford and Son, Living Single, Merlin, and Who's the Boss? Okay, this is a person from my time period. these are
Yeah,
these are shows I was like, oh yeah, I've seen all of these shows at least once or twice. So
me too. The Golden Girls is great.
let's see, the originals, uh, Pokemon. Never seen Pokemon. Have you?
I think a very long time ago, maybe I saw one episode of it.
Let's see. It's Power Couple because Bros Crow version. Not sure what that is. India shows. Okay, so we put out India shows. Okay. Yes, Uncle Man, British sitcom. I've seen that. And Sandeep Mohanar says, nope. I love to watch Red Dead Redemption videos, watching author's last ride. Did we say that one before? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we spoke about that. I think like 2 weeks ago, we talked about that.
Yeah. Okay. That's not familiar. Okay. And Sandeep also is in the comment section asking how we doing. So yeah, we're looking at him twice now tonight. So thank you, Sandeep. Alrighty. So do you have a question? There's anything else you want to add to that before we skip to our new question?
No, I think I'm good. I think it's awesome to hear other people's suggestions, and now I feel like I need to go watch Power to go check it out.
Yeah. And thanks to everybody for those suggestions too. So alrighty.
Yeah,
Cool.
thank you everybody for writing in, for hanging out with us.
So what's the question for this week? Do you have one?
For this week, I really wanted to know people's preferences of Halloween candy. What do you think? Do you have a better idea?
Oh, good. Hold on a second. My throat is drying up again. I apologize. Hold on a second. Let me grab some water.
It's okay.
Okay. Sorry. if my voice just keeps on getting a little bit groggy there. So, Let's see. Yeah, I like that. Favorite preferences of Halloween candy. Okay. How should we phrase that? What is your favorite kind of Halloween candy?
Mhm.
Okay. What is your favorite kind or type? How would you say that?
I would say type.
Type. Okay. H, uh, yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah. Andy. There we go. Oh, and maybe they could leave an example.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Sandeep says, "Aw, Sandeep, you hate Halloween? Aw, I love Halloween. I love Halloween candy. That's why you gotta get a kid on the block and take some of their candy from them."
I was when I was. Have you? When was the last time? Did I assume you went trick or treating as a child?
Yes.
Um, I remember. I think it might have been my best friend Trevor. I think we were going trick or treating. I think it was really late. I think he was able to convince some of the people that he was the last person out there, so he was able to get them to dump a whole bunch of candy into his bag several times. So
That's awesome.
let's see, leave an example. Okay, what should be the first?
What, an example?
I'm sorry. What first for our responses for the poll? I mean, what should be the first one?
Do you think like Reese's peanut butter cups or
Okay, sure.
Twizzlers?
Yeah, let me put that in there. Leave a comment. Okay, Reese's. How's that? Reses
You got it. Reeses. Uh-huh.
peanut butter cups. I love those. I still love those, even though I can't eat them anymore. But I still love those. So, did you want? Yeah, Twizzlers. Okay.
Yeah,
People actually
I
give out
love
Twizzlers?
what?
Do they actually give out Twizzlers? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have like the mini packs of Twizzlers. Those are really good. They're good.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything. It's been too long. Sorry, I can't think of anything.
Okay, Tootsie Rolls.
Tootsie Rolls. Okay, yeah. You
What
know,
about what about like I don't like candy?
yeah.
Or like Sandeep, I hate Halloween.
Okay. Oops. There we go.
2 L's.
Yeah.
1 O.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah. Hold on a second. There we go. Oops, that's not it. There we go.
You got it.
There we go. Okay. Anything else?
Um,
Maybe leave.
yeah, leave your own because there's gonna be so many options probably.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember. I remember stuff that I hated. I kind of, but
Like raisins.
I think we got raisins. Yeah, but actually, that I actually liked raisins when I was a kid. So,
Me too. I still love raisins.
but funny part is I hate grapes. So,
Mm.
okay. So does that look good?
You wrote you didn't spell comment right.
Sorry.
That's okay.
There we go. And I still gotta recorrect that. Come on. I can't. Hold on. I can't tell. The screen is. Hold on a second. Let me just do it from scratch. There we go. Okay. And okay, does that look good? Yep. I don't see anything. I think it's good.
Nope, I think you got it.
So, do you like Twizzlers?
I love Twizzlers.
Oh, you and my dad would get along fine then. I think he
Y-
loves.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you remember they used to have chocolate Twizzlers? I don't know if they still have them.
No, I never knew that. Chocolate. The only thing I knew was like more of I guess it was like more of a fruit flavor. I don't even remember what they were.
Yeah,
So
they're like cherry, but I remember my grandmother used to have chocolate Twizzlers. So like
no.
whenever I went to my grandmother's house, she would always have chocolate Twizzlers.
Wow, are they good?
They're really good, yeah. I don't know if they still make them though.
Chocolate Twizzlers. That's interesting. Let's see. Oh, it's not coming up. That's interesting.
No, maybe they don't have them anymore.
Whistler's first week. Huh. Oh, okay. Hmm.
Yeah, these are all the cherry ones or the strawberry or whatever. No.
These are here's Hershey's Twist unwrapping. I don't know if it's the same. Twizzlers Twist. I don't know. So was the chocolate? So the Twizzlers were chocolate, or were they wrapped in chocolate?
No, they were chocolate flavored. See, they don't even have them anymore.
Hmm.
Now I'm dating myself.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before. So that's interesting. All right. Okay. Well, let's see. We'll come back to that in a little bit. So our movie for this week was The Sixth Sense, and so we were talking about this earlier before we went live. You said you had seen this before. That's right. Is that right?
Yes, I've seen it. I'd seen it when it first, probably not when it first came out, but maybe actually, because I think it was 90. What was it, 1998 or 99? It came out.
99.
Yeah, yeah, I saw it when it first came out, and then I saw it once, one other. I think I saw it again, and then I just rewatched it this past week.
Okay. Now, I had never seen the movie before, and within the past year or so, somebody had given away the ending. The thing about it was I misunderstood what they had said. I thought they said the little boy was dead all along. And as I'm watching the movie, I was like, wait, it doesn't really make sense because everyone can talk to him. And I started realizing, no, it's Bruce Willis's character that was dead all along. So
Hmm.
uh, of course, by the as far as the movie progressed, I realized it didn't take me too long to realize I had the wrong person who had died. Um, but unfortunately, I had the ending given away for me, and as far as when you saw the movie for the first time, did you have did you watch it? Did you know what the ending was? Were you surprised?
Now, when I first watched it, I was completely shocked.
Oh, okay, okay,
Hmm.
and I want to hear your experience on that. But as you watched the movie, could you tell at all that he was dead in any way, shape, or form? I mean, was the surprise just so like, wow, I didn't see that coming?
Yeah, I think it's because I don't know, maybe it's because I was younger, so I didn't really think that much maybe about the movie, but now I was like looking back at the things that I missed, being that I already knew the ending at this point. So rewatching it, my mind was open and I was like, I should have realized it through the whole movie because the wife doesn't even talk, like the wife wasn't even talking to him the whole time.
Right, right.
So
And go
I
ahead.
guess I was disappointed with myself. I was like, come on, Amanda, you should have known that.
There was one scene. I can go ahead and bring some of this up here so we can discuss this. Early on, they were at the restaurant. It looks like they make it look like she's talking to him, but they have almost like a twist of sorts. Where was that at? Uh, it looks like she's not talking to him, but then you realize if when you watch it later, uh, she she doesn't know he's there, and she's upset that he's gone. But when you see it and you don't realize he's dead, it looks like she's upset at him for another reason, like because you think he's actually alive. Do you know what scene I'm talking about?
Yeah, where
There it
it's
is.
there it is, the anniversary dinner.
Yeah. Oops, I just passed it. Sorry.
It's okay.
Uh, oh darn! I can't see to find it. Um, but yeah, exactly. That's there we go.
There
Right
it
there.
is.
Yeah. And yeah, that one I could see people saying, yeah, I forget what she says, but like she's happy anniversary, and it looks like she's actually talking to him, but obviously she's not. So this is the only time that you may. Was there any other scenes that may have made people think that someone was talking to him or he was interacting in any way? I couldn't remember.
Um, I don't think so. Because any other time, nobody talked to him.
Now, as far as now, since I hate when movies are spoiled, so unfortunately I wish I knew I guess I'd watched it beforehand, before the knowledge of knowing that he was a ghost, because I think it might have worked a little better for me because I knew, it's kind of it made the movie a little not as impressive as I thought it would be. So still a good movie. It didn't feel as impressive as I thought it would be, and I think it's primarily because I knew what was going to happen, what was going on all along. So, um,
Yeah, that makes sense because when I watched it back this time, knowing what I knew, it was kind of cool and I could appreciate things, but it wasn't as exciting or as much of what's the word? Like when everything comes together.
um, uh,
The crescendo, basically like the
I'm trying to think of the best way to put that, but I get what you're saying there. So
mhm. The
the
climax, that's
yeah,
the movie.
no,
That's
yeah,
the word.
I
So the climax of the movie wasn't that exciting anymore because I already knew what was going to happen.
right, right. The funny part is I was about to say climax just as you were saying it. So, so.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to speak over you and steal the
Oh
word.
no, 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 no! I just thought it was funny that I was about to say it. It's like you spoke as I was mouthing it. You spoke it. So, I'm trying to think of any other movies out there that had surprise endings. I can think of a couple, and one would be the 1968 version of the Planet of the Apes. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah, but I don't think I saw the 1968 version of it though.
Okay. The 68 version has has a big surprise ending. I'm not going to give that away. Then another movie starring Tim Robbins, which came out I think 1993, also had a kind of surprise ending. It was called Jacob's Ladder, and the movie Jacob's Ladder was throughout the entire movie. It's like the first time I saw it, I was like trying to figure out what was going on because the scene it goes back and forth. I'm not going to give any details because I don't want to give this movie away because it has a lot of it's a in my opinion a really good movie. But as I was watching the movie, I thought I couldn't figure out what the movie was about, and I thought it was actually kind of a bad movie. And then, but the final scene comes up, and it's like you get the big reveal, and you go, and at that point, everything is like, oh, now everything makes complete sense. So all this confusion is like back and forth, and all of a sudden, this very final scene of the movie, you go, oh, it's like I don't know if it would be like a surprise ending, but more like a reveal type thing. And it kind of like this, I guess. This one you start to see, okay, you realize, oh, okay, now it makes maybe some of these scenes make a little bit more sense. Maybe I don't know how does it make more sense, or how would you, or does it not? Actually, I guess not in this one.
No, I don't know. I think going back and watching it, knowing, that he's already dead, made it so that I appreciated a lot of the undertones of the movie and what like M. Night Shyamalan was doing with there was a lot of symbolism in the movie. And I feel like I was able to catch some of the symbolism that I didn't catch the first time around.
Hmm. What was the? Can you give an example of that?
Sure. So I actually wrote some notes down while I was watching it so I wouldn't forget like my favorite scenes and things like that and things I noticed. So there was if you go when he every time he went into the his office, I guess, the doorknob was red.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yes, red is symbolic of death. And when
Okay.
he plays the tape recorder with, the old session that he had with the guy that killed him, the tape recorder, the numbers on the tape recorder are actually for the volume, as they went up, they got more red.
Oh, okay. 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 I
So
did notice the red and periodically showing up there. So
yeah, the doors too, I think the doors of the church were red, or the doors of something were red. The balloon was red.
yeah.
So yeah, so the red all symbolize death, and I know that the first time I watched it, I didn't catch that because somebody told me that later on.
Mhm. And interestingly, that's the same thing for me too. I did not catch that, not because you just mentioned it now, but I was watching someone else talk about the movie, before we did our show, and,
Mhm,
they also said that, and, yeah, after saying that, I did notice that there was a lot of red in there, so, um,
mhm.
another movie that kind of did some things that were kinda similar in some ways was the movie Ghost. Not have you ever seen Ghost with Patrick Swayze?
Of course, yeah.
The scenes where, like, the ghosts come in and, like, the little kids seeing the ghost and then there's scenes in, where I can't it might not be as similar as I'm thinking because I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but I do remember seeing, scenes where there were ghosts coming in, and I remember the scene where Whoopi Goldberg was being like a medium, so she could translate, and they were coming in and out, and there was like a line of ghosts ready to talk to people. Uh,
Yep, I remember that scene.
and it kind of that scene, and in this movie there was a scene where the little boy was seeing other ghosts and that hadn't moved on yet, and it kind of reminded me of that in some way. In some way, I don't know. Maybe I'm. How would you say? Am I right on that?
Yeah, it's similar. Mhm.
Okay, because maybe I'm just trying to find a correlation, but I'm not sure. I just want and I haven't seen the other one for a long time. So if I'm off, I'm off. I don't mean to. I'm not saying that there is one, but I was trying to maybe as far as any other movies, is there anything that's similar to this movie that you can think of?
The only thing that the movie, did you ever see the movie The Others?
No, I have not.
Okay, so the movie The Others, Nicole Kidman stars in it.
Okay.
And I don't want to give the ending away, but there is like a shock at the end that makes all the things that happened before it make a lot of sense.
Oh, okay. So it almost sounds like the Jacob's Ladder, what I was thinking about. So
Yeah, and now I want to watch Jacob's Ladder.
yeah, Jacob's Ladder has Tim Robbins before he was famous, and it also has Macaulay Culkin in it before he was famous. So it's kind of funny.
Oh, wow, how cool.
Yeah. So now I would like to talk about the fact that in this movie, Bruce Willis does not play the kind of usual character he usually plays a character that's either like a cop or a former military person, and he's always down on his luck, and he's always trying to make ends meet, and he's always trying to save people's lives. And the character in this was completely different. The closest I can say is maybe the original time I ever saw him which was in the TV show Moonlighting. Did you ever see Moonlighting?
Oh my goodness, my mother used to watch that show, but I don't remember. Like I couldn't tell you the premise, so I don't remember it.
Okay. And in that show, he was a lot easier. He was very easygoing, not that down on his luck kind of person. That seemed to become like, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, not stereotype, but the basic.
Typecast?
That's it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he was typecast into that type of character. And in this one, it was not like that at all. It was very interesting to see him play a role because I think I do believe he's a very good actor. And it's always funny that, it's really nice to see him do something that's not in that kind of, situation, and it was completely different. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, I agree. Because like you think of the other movies that he's been in, and you're right. It's like law enforcement, or like I feel like he plays like tough guys,
Yeah.
but in this movie, he played like a softer role and he was concerned.
Right.
He
Right.
was
Yeah.
kind. It was nice. I thought it was nice.
Yeah, yeah, 'cause yeah, like in the movies, it's always in the other ones, it's always the same. He's always down on his luck, and you know, he's, and this one's like, nope, technically, I guess he's dead. So I don't, but he's not. But he wasn't it didn't have that kind of snarky type attitude that he comes with. It was just more, like you said, more caring. More concerned. It was very, I guess the word is kind of like, I guess want to say refreshing to see something so different. It was nice to see that too.
Yeah. It's like the perfect word. Refreshing. Mhm.
Now, as far as anyone else, who else was in this? Was anyone else? I don't. Was anyone?
Yeah, Jennifer Tilly was the mom.
Jennifer Tilly. Okay, what else has she been in? I'm not familiar with her.
Okay, so there was a show that was on Showtime or HBO, I don't remember. It was called The United States of Tara. And the main character she was a mom, but she had all different personalities. She had like multiple personality disorder. The show was so good. Like it was so well produced, so well acted. I loved it. And Jennifer, she played the lead.
You said Jennifer, really? Are you sure it's Jennifer? I'm not. Her name's not coming up.
Oh, am I doing the wrong? Am I?
I don't. I'm doing a search for the name Jennifer on there, and I don't see
Oh
that.
wait, no, I have the wrong actress. It's the wrong
Oh,
name. Oh, wait,
it's,
what is her name? Yeah,
is it
it's
Olivia Williams? Maybe. I say it because she has the same last
Toni
name.
Collette, Toni Collette. I always mix the 2 of them up. I don't know why. Yeah, so Toni Collette. Are you familiar with her then?
No, no,
Oh,
but
no.
is that the woman that, the same she was that you talked about before? Was that, she was in that what was the name of it? What were you talking about? I'm sorry.
That's okay. So it was the United States of Tara was the name of
Right.
the show, and it is. It's her. It's Toni Collette. I just
Okay.
mixed up. I brought in another actress's name. Yeah, she was the so this was, a TV comedy drama. It was on Showtime from 2009 to 2011.
Oh, okay, okay. And would you recommend the show?
Oh, I loved it. But
She
it
was
was only on for 3 seasons.
okay. The, I honestly, I don't remember, she was the one that her role wasn't very prominent in this, was it? I mean, she didn't say very much, I mean. There's the scene at the beginning, right? And
Yeah,
which
and then the scene where they're in the car and, like, he tells her, he says, "I'm ready to tell you my secret," and he tells her the secret, and they talk about, her mother, and that's how you know that she realizes that he actually does see dead people because
oh,
she
oh,
didn't believe him at first.
right, right, right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I think I got distracted a couple of times when I was watching this. Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I do remember that after you brought that up. So n- now, as far as symbolism goes, you brought up the red. Was there anything else in the movie that was in there?
I don't think I really noticed much other symbolism. There were just things that happened in the movie, like, with the tape recorder, um, he was speaking Spanish. It was a Spanish voice saying, "Please, Lord, I don't want to die."
There we go. He's the Ellen die. Yeah. What was the red? Is this where the red is right here too? What you say?
Yeah, as he scrolls up on you see how it gets red at the bottom, and
Yeah.
then as he gets up to the number 10, the number 10 is completely red.
Okay. 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 Yeah, I'm glad you're pointing that out because I wouldn't have even caught that. I mean, I know you and I both saw something that brought that to our attention, but yeah, um, I wonder though. I mean, the fact that you and I didn't know that until someone told us that. I mean, does it really work if you don't know what that means?
Hmm. I don't know. I didn't even look at it that way. So does it really work? Now, I guess if you're really watching it really closely, I guess for some people it does, but I don't know. For me, it didn't. I didn't catch it.
Yeah, so it to me, it didn't really work either. I mean, the red is there, but I didn't it not eye-catching enough to make me think about it. Um, the example, I guess, would be well, here's some red right here. That's pretty prominent. In the movie, have you ever seen The Matrix with Keanu Reeves?
Yes.
Okay, in that movie, obviously, there's a lot of green hues in the movie. I think it's that one, or maybe one of the others. But it's very very obvious that they're trying to create a color tone to the movies. And I think it was green when they were in the Matrix. I don't remember, but and the colors were very much prominent in there. This is for me. This was not as prominent to the point where I definitely someone would have to have explained it to me to actually for me to catch on to that. So
Yeah, it is. It's very subtle, but M. Night Shyamalan did it on purpose, but I guess we didn't really catch it.
yeah. Oh, and what was the scene with the VCR here again? The what?
The girl who came to him that died, they found out the mother was poisoning her.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And you know what too? I think the mother's wearing a red dress.
Oh, is she? Let's see. Wait a second. Let's see.
No,
Red or
not there, not in the video. It
oh,
looks like
sorry.
at the actual house. It
Yeah,
looks like.
where she's at. There you go. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah,
And she's at a funeral, so why would you wear red at a funeral?
true. So the mother that killed her own daughter, it was the funeral for the daughter. I forget.
Yes, it was the daughter's funeral.
Okay. And as what 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 was the connection otherwise to the movie now? I completely missed that. Why was this scene so prominent? Just so they could have the scene with the kid, so that the little girl could show the videotape and.
Right, so, this is the point when they were trying to figure out why the dead people are coming to the little boy,
Mhm.
and, Bruce Willis's character says, "I why do you think they're coming to you?" And he said, "I don't know," and then Bruce Willis said, "Maybe they're coming to you because they need help." So this girl, when she came to I forgot the little boy's name in the movie, I can't believe it, but when she came to the little boy, he says to her, like, he asks her what she wants, and then she tells him this to go show them the tape. So when he goes to do it, this is when the little boy figures out that this is what the dead people want from him. They want his help.
Mhm. Okay. 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 That makes
Mhm.
sense.
And then he actually takes the trip to this girl's funeral and then brings the father the tape.
Okay. The and was there any other, I'm trying to remember, were there any other ghosts that, and I do remember that there was someone who said that the ghosts don't know that they're actually dead yet. Um, but were there any other ghosts that contacted him aside from the girl and obviously Bruce Willis? Were there any others that were really prominently shown in there?
No, not that were prominently shown. No, there was the one in the school when he goes to do the play, who had the burnt face because there was a fire in the school years ago. This is it right here. This is the scene that you're on.
Mm.
Um, but she's not. She doesn't have play a part in it. She's standing next to him and then she walks away.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
And
I
one of
do.
the teacher says, "Who are you talking to?" And he said, "I'm just doing memorizing my lines." But he was talking to the woman.
Okay, okay, and is that the kid right there? No,
Yeah,
is it? Okay.
there he is. Yeah, he's going into the play.
Oh, no, I mean, I meant the one that had the burnt face. That's what I meant.
No, it was a woman who had the burnt face.
Okay, that's right, that's right, yeah, okay,
Mhm.
alright, alright. So, I guess, was there any, I'm trying to ask if there's anything else that was really stood out. I can't think of anything else that stands out about the movie or that should be mentioned, I guess.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I have a list on the side right here, and we basically touch on everything.
Okay. Let me see if
Mhm.
there's any before I go any further, if there's any trivia. Um, no, there's like anything that's, yeah, nothing in there. I can see it's gonna, but yeah, as far as so I guess as far as the ratings go in this movie, what kind of rating? I assume it'd be very high. What kind of rating would you give this?
Yeah, probably like a 7 or an 8.
Okay. The
Mhm. What about you?
For me, I have to give it two separate ratings, and I'll explain what I mean. The one rating is if you've watched it already, and I'm sorry, if you already know what the ending is going to be, and one ending if you don't know what the ending is going to be. I would say if I didn't know what it was going to be, I'd probably give it like you, like a 7 or an 8. But since I already knew what the ending was, I have to give it more like a 6 because it kind of made me, because I was like, okay, I know what's going on, and it just did because it didn't work for me. I needed to be surprised, and unfortunately, I should not have known what the ending was, and I think it would have worked better for me that way.
That's fair. I agree.
There's another one that has kind of a reveal. I don't know if it's not really at the end of the movie either. Fight Club. Have you ever seen? Did we talk about Fight Club before?
Oh, that's one of my husband's favorite movies.
Oh, okay. So so the scene when it's revealed that it's actually him, what's it? Oh, I can't remember the characters' names now. Uh but yeah, it's actually him. That's kind of but it's not really at the end of the movie. So, but it is definitely like a big reveal of sorts. So,
Mhm.
I can't think of any other ones. Okay. The and then wait, how did his character, did he just go? I forget how it happens. Does he just go away? I remember that scene. Uh,
Yeah, with the after the wife, he talks to the wife and then he just
oh,
that's
that's
it.
right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Does she hear him at this point? I forget.
Yeah, she's sleeping and she says, "I miss you." but she's supposedly sleeping, but she hears them.
Okay. The any is there any other scenes I guess that would be a favorite of yours? Anything in there that was really good?
No, I mean, we spoke about them.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All
think we
right.
spoke about everything. Mhm.
Yeah, this movie is good, but it seems like it's when it comes down to it, it seems like it's very, very basic. Um, I mean, it doesn't seem like I don't know. For me, anyway, it seems like there's not much to it when you come down to it. We watched. I don't know. Um, it's because I mean, it's not really like a mystery. Like they're trying to make you solve a mystery or anything like that. It's just a series of events, and then you finally get a reveal at the end that oh, he was dead all along. So it's not. It doesn't seem to really build. It's not really like it's. I mean, does it really have any kind of a build up of any kind as it's going along?
I don't know, I feel like the whole time when I didn't know what it was, the whole time I was questioning it. I was like, "What's going on? What like, what's happening?" Like, what's the point? So
Oh, okay.
there were questions. It was scary. I was scared. I feel like it's a good Halloween movie.
Okay. I wouldn't put really Halloween. I wouldn't put this as Halloween. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah. But okay. All right. So I guess yeah we both say this is a good movie, and I guess everyone out there, if you have any more questions you want to ask, or you can always post them in the comments below, of course. And then Sandeep, I did ask one more. He said he wanted us to review the movie Scarface. You ever seen Scarface?
Yeah, a long time ago, but I would totally watch it again.
Okay. The Scarface is one of those movies you watch it, you go, "Oh my goodness." Well, you might be too young, but oh yeah, I do remember people did actually dress like that.
Yeah, I don't, but
It's really goofy to see them dressed in that way. So, of course, there's actually two Scarface movies. The original one from the 30s. I assume he means the one from the 80s, of course.
Mhm.
Yeah. Alrighty. So let's go back. I'm gonna go back and bring. Oh, anything else? I'm gonna go. And I guess we're finished with the movie. Did you have? I was gonna bring our question up.
Yeah, bring up the question. Go for
No.
it. I'm interested to see what people said, even though we know Sandeep said, he hates Halloween.
So here we go. What is your favorite type of Halloween candy? Wow.
Whoa, everybody agrees with us.
30 of it's 36 votes. 81% say Reese's peanut butter cups. And next down we got 11% with I hate Halloween. uh, I think Sandeep voted 11 times there. The 6% with your choice, 3% with Twizzlers, and Tootsie Rolls. Oh, come on. I like Tootsie Rolls.
Me
Uh,
too.
0%. And yeah, I like Tootsie Rolls better than Twizzlers. So yeah, that should be higher up there. So just because I like them more. Let's see. Oh, and Sandeep, of course. To everyone reading, and all capital letters, I hate Halloween skeletons and jump scares everywhere.
Mhm.
And like a little frowny face. So, alrighty. Well, we can, yeah, thanks for participating in the poll. We'll come back to this on the next show and see how much. Well, I have to believe that the Reese's peanut butter cups is going to come down at some level. I can't believe it's going to stay up that high. So I would venture to guess that most likely your choice, the final one, would probably get more. Or maybe the I hate Halloween one might come up more. When I was a kid, I never hated Halloween. So um, I do. The only thing I hated about Halloween was like the day after it was over, everyone acted like, at least where I grew up, like it was like done. You were never supposed to mention it again until next year. It's like it was over with. Just don't talk about it. And I never liked that part of it.
Oh, that's interesting. I feel like you're right though. Nobody really talks about Halloween after because then you're on to the next holiday.
Yeah,
You're on to like Thanksgiving and then you're on to Christmas and that takes overtakes everything.
yeah, yeah. So
Mhm.
all right. I'm trying to think of any other. I know we went through this. I can't think of any Halloween candy. Sweet tarts was one. I think sweet tarts were good. I assume they
Mhm.
make those. what else? I don't know. I knew though there was molten was it malts, chocolate malts, like little chocolate things.
The malted balls, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did we talk about that
Mhm.
before?
No.
Yeah, I hate those. So I always hated those. I don't know why. Just did you like those?
No, they're nasty.
Yeah, I'm glad we agree on that there. So
Ugh.
the actually, is there anything I don't remember anything else other than those that were just annoying. Um, I I I might have a picture. Hold on a second. Yeah, of me going trick or treating with my sister.
How cool.
Let's see. Have I shown you pictures of me on this?
No, I don't think I've seen any.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. Let me bring them up here. It'll take a second because I have to bring up a different browser for this. But yeah, I think I have a couple of pictures of me when I was younger with my sister, and we were. I think I dressed up as maybe a cowboy one time or a hobo. Let's see. I'm bringing it up right now. Now this is way back in the day. My sister, by the way, is 7 years younger than me. So so you'll see the difference in our size there. Let's see.
Okay.
Hopefully these come up. 2 seconds. All right, here we go. Uh, okay, so here's some pictures right here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. That's my sister in the little red dress right there. So I'm looking for
So
the Halloween
cute.
picture. Okay, well, let's see. Here's a picture of me and her when we were very young. So there we go. So my
Oh, look
bright
at
red.
you. What a cuties. So cute.
I'm trying to see if I can find the Halloween stuff here. That's not Halloween. That's Easter. So let's see. I don't see anything. Let me go back over here. Maybe this one. I should have gone through this beforehand. Let's see. There's Christmas. My dad was a professional photographer, so he got these lined up pretty well.
Oh, that's
So,
great.
um, no, I don't see Halloween there. I know I have them. Let's see. Now here's me with my really long curly red hair. So
Oh, wow.
that's not that curly. It's not that red anymore either. So it's more of a
Mhm.
dark brown. So let's see. Um, 76. Uh, I still don't see it. She was just born. I don't think we did Halloween at that point.
Mhm.
Go back here. Try 79. Maybe this one's it. No, I don't see them. I thought well, maybe they're not here. Oh well.
So bring them for next week. I'm gonna have to look for pictures too of Halloween, see if my mom kept any.
Okay. Oh, here we go. This might be. Here we go. Here's one. Okay,
You
there we
found
go.
one?
Yeah, there we
Oh, look at you! How cute! What are
go.
you, a cowboy?
I think of a Mexican sombrero, maybe. I think.
Yeah, how cute.
The funny thing is, I don't remember dressing like that, so I don't know.
Yeah. What's your sister?
I don't know. It's that's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know what she is. It's cute. She got stars on her head. It's cute, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah. So, that's one picture. I'll try to find more so we can. We're not sitting here sitting through all of them like that. So, but anyway, there's at least one Halloween picture for you. So,
Awesome. I love those, the pumpkin buckets. They were my favorite.
yeah, yeah. We when I first started going trick or treating, we used bags, and then for some reason we switched over to buckets. Did you the pumpkin bucket things? Did you use those a lot?
Yeah, so we had bags in the beginning, and then it was buckets all the time. Like, that was my favorite. I was mad if we were going trick-or-treating without them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. I actually preferred the bags better for some reason. I'm not sure. So,
Easier
uh,
to carry, I guess.
and I think it was also because you might be able to get more candy in it. So,
Oh, yeah. We used to have to make a stop at home and empty the buckets and then go back out.
oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. Hold on a second. I actually got to. There we go. Sorry, I couldn't see where our stream was. Okay, I brought it back up now. I have too many, as you can tell by the bottom of my screen. I have way too many windows open, so I got it back up.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So thanks everybody for for participating, and yeah, we'll come back to the poll next week. And anything else you'd like to add?
No, I just want to thank everybody for hanging out with us, for writing in. This was a really, really fun night. I can't wait to see more though about, when people write in during the week about people's favorite Halloween candy. I'm gonna have to make sure that I bring Halloween candy to next week's episode.
I'll try to come up with a list of things I remember because I know there's out there. It's just not coming to me for some reason. So, but and I'll make a list of as well. So, okay, cool. All right, thanks everybody.
Okay, thanks guys. Good night.